Hi everybody, Spartan here from spartantrading.com. I wanted to give you guys a quick little video on 4 things you can do into the new year that will help improve your trading tremendously. Now, a couple of these things are fairly basic, but they do have a big impact on the bottom line. The first thing I want to talk about is number 1, journaling. Number 2, I want to talk about accountability, tracking that. 3, ongoing education. And number 4, joining some sort of group or having some sort of person to hold you accountable. As well as having that accountability data. So let's talk about the first thing, gaining insight into your trading by journaling. Now, this is a fairly basic concept, and the whole point about this idea is you want to figure out what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. You want to figure out basically the probabilities of each trade that you're taking. So this is just a basic spreadsheet I created for myself. I've been using it for years. There's a lot of basically programs out there that can automatically pull this information from your accounts. I think it's worth actually reflecting on it every single day. It takes 2-3 minutes to do, and it makes a huge impact on your trading because you understand what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong. You can see where the issues are, and if you're constantly reminded of this, you know where to focus and where you need to improve. You're able to recognize them more frequently during live situations. So one thing that this journaling does is it records your trade types and the probabilities of these trades working. So over the course of months, you get data with each trade type that you take, and you can see actually the probabilities of these things working. Are you making money with them, or are you not making money with them? This gives you a probability of success, and anything probably below 70 to 60%, you want to eliminate it from your strategy. We only want high probabilities of success on the trade types that we take. As the market changes, these probabilities will change, and I think that's important as well. You can see how your strategies will be adapting to that market. Next thing that this records is whether day trading or swing trading is something you're good at. So are you good at day trading or swing trading? This data can tell you fairly easily what's working, what isn't working in that regard. Again, that will change with the market. It also records issues, just general issues and things that you're having issues with. It's important to if you are losing, understand what issue is associated with that loss. Is it no stop? Is it patience? Is it not having conviction and holding that trade long enough? Is it maybe risk reward wasn't figured out beforehand? Are you chasing the trade, etc.? Another thing that you should be recording as well is your risk reward ratio, which is essentially how much money you're making per trade if it's a winner and how much money you're losing per trade. And then basically you divide the winners by the losers to get that risk reward ratio. You can see up here, this is the actual formula. So you got the winners divided by the losers, just -1, and that will give you the actual ratio itself. Very important to understand what that risk reward ratio is as a whole. Whether you're just trading options or equity or both, you need to understand where you are in that regard. So this is just a basic idea and a basic way to record what you're doing through journaling. It's going to help you, again, gain insight into what you're doing right, what you're doing wrong, what your style is, get the probability of success based off each trade so you know where to focus and know what to eliminate. And you can kind of tweak your behaviors or tweak your style as you progress throughout the market and as the market changes. The second thing I wanted to talk about was some sort of accountability spreadsheet. Now, an accountability spreadsheet is just a basic recording of behaviors. All I know in trading is this: if you do the right stuff, the right results will follow. A lot of people focus on the results first and not the behaviors, when in fact it's the behaviors that are going to lead to the result, just like in anything. If you want to be meeting your profit goals, there's certain things that you probably have to do consistently every single trade or every single day. One of them, this is kind of a basic one I've put together for members in my room, but was the risk reward good? Did you actually chart it out and figure out how much room the stock has to the upside or the downside? And did you figure out, based off of how much you're willing to risk and based off of how much money you're willing to put in that trade, does it make sense for you to take it or not? I always say a 3-to-1 risk reward ratio minimum is what you want to be doing. Traded the chart, not the P&L. This is fairly basic. Are you trading the chart? Are you trading the P&L? You obviously want to focus on the chart, not the P&L, because you're going to become emotional if you're staring at the P&L, etc., etc. Stop set, fairly standard. Patience was good. And then I have some negatives, chased, large loss, no preparation. This is basically a point system, 1 point for good, bad, -1 for bad, and then at the end of each week, based off of this point system, you want to have, over 18 points to ensure that you are doing the right stuff all the time. And then as a result, your profit goals should be met. The last two things I want to talk about are ongoing education and ongoing education coaching or some sort of support. There's plenty of different tools out there. Of course, we do that at Spartan Trading, but there's so many different people out there. You got to find someone who fits your style of trading, and certainly I think it's a good idea to be finding some sort of individual that is experienced, has some sort of a large amount of tenure, I should say, that you can kind of talk to, bounce ideas off of, etc. It does help you in the end. Last but not least is having, joining some form of community or having some form of accountability with other people. So, we have accountability spreadsheets, and we are, I help individual traders become accountable, etc. I tell a lot of them too, if, because there's only one of me and there's only a few of the mods, if you can get, a significant other or someone, maybe a trading buddy who can hold you accountable to what you're doing in terms of they see your behaviors and what behaviors you're doing right or wrong, or you even show them your trades, they can go, what's going on here? And if you're embarrassed to show them, that's good. You should be embarrassed. You should be trying to do the right stuff all the time. So these are just a few things that I think can really help you guys in the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. If you guys do have questions for me, you can always shoot me an email at spartantrading.com, or you can visit our website, spartantrading.com, and reach out to us there. Thanks, guys. Again, Happy New Year, and I hope you all have a healthy and great New Year. And we'll see what 2019 brings. It should be a fun and interesting year. Thank you.